Welcome to the LA Story Podcast with Stevie Wilson.
Hey people, this is Stevie for the LA Story. We are lucky enough to have Kelly Edwards not once but twice. And this time we're going to actually talk about office organization. And if you ever saw my office, you would understand why. Because as somebody who deals with a lot of products and a lot of paper and a lot of stuff that I need, it's like it's never permanent. It's stuff that I give away. It's paper that I need to recycle. And I don't know what to do. I mean, I've got bins and baskets, but I'm lost. So I'm turning to Kelly for advice. So Kelly, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Well, I've sat there and cleaned up my office a whole lot and got armoires and used them for storage, which is, for me, at least it works. What's the biggest problems that people are facing, and what are some good solutions in terms of organizing an office?
Well, 9 times out of 10 people are just paper hoarders. And and I personally, without naming names, actually have someone in my family who is a paper hoarder. And she's not a hoarder with anything else, but she's a paper hoarder. And we tried to figure out what it was that, she kept all these papers. And it was like she just didn't either want to deal with whatever was on them, so she kept them, or she was just terrible at organization, which we knew wasn't the case. So what I see when I go into a lot of these offices is that people just really have too much paper, and they have too much paper that they don't need, and they just have it lying all over and they don't go through it. My thing and my rule is mail in, mail out. If it comes through the door, I instantly go through everything. Whatever I don't need just goes in the trash. Absolutely right away. I don't even bother even setting it down. I actually go through it first. The papers I do need, I'm kind of a pile maker. I have them in piles. Some of the places that you can go to, like, the Container Store, have great solutions that look great, for all the filing. The other thing to think about is that consider investing in the things that copy and the small scanners that are only about this big. They don't take up a lot of space. If you know you need the document, but you don't need the paper around, scan it and get rid of the document. So that's, a small scanner is invaluable. I mean, it's one of the most amazing things to have. I use my scanner all the time.
I think that would be a great idea.
It's about getting rid of the paperwork. It's about clearing the clutter. I mean, it's funny. I recently was at a home show event, and I said to this woman who came in who deals with feng shui. So I said to her, because I don't usually do feng shui so often, and I said to her, "What's the biggest thing that people should do?" And she said, "Clear the clutter. That's the main problem." And she said, if you think about it, if you get rid of the clutter, you unchoke your chi. That's what she was saying. You unchoke your chi. And I said, that's a great phrase. And she said, especially in offices, because if you think about it, if you're thinking in terms of feng shui and you want to do something like that, if your office is cluttered, then your business life will be cluttered. So you have to get all those papers out of the way in order to be able to think clearly, especially in business if you're using it for an office.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're right. I mean, half the time for me it's paper, and the other half it's products, because I'm looking at things that people want me to write about or talk about or do something with. And sometimes it's something that I've used as an inspiration for something else. And when I'm dealing with inspiration things, it's like it's kind of like going back to that where you talked about, like, the Mattel hot tracks. I'm sitting there thinking, God, if I could put something that I could just sit there and put something on the wall that I could actually sit there and just put some Velcro on the wall and put Velcro on the item and then just stick it there till I'm done, and then when it's done, it goes out.
Yeah, or, I mean, what about even just going out and getting, an inexpensive bookcase for your office space that, you can even cover with fabric so you don't see it. You can get a really inexpensive bookcase, get some Velcro, make some curtains, kind of stylize it a little bit, and then close it off so that you don't see it. So the only time you need to see the stuff is when you need to use it.
That's a great idea. That's an awesome idea. Because between the paper and that would take care of like 90% of the stuff that's in here.
Yeah, you just have to learn to hide it. You need to go to the store and get the good storage solutions, the bins, the baskets for this situation you do, and hide it with fabric. Fabric changes everything.
You're right. You're right. And just get some fun fabric.
Exactly.
Actually, I've got some curtains that I need to replace, so I could actually use those instead.
Yeah.
It would be perfect.
There you go.
So, people, if you want to find out more information and get any more ideas, and Kelly, you have a book coming out next year, right?
I do. It's called The Design Cookbook, Recipes for a Stylish Home. It'll come out next year. It's basically a design book that's made to look like a cookbook. So it'll help you tackle your spaces, show you how to do it, and give you great solutions for your home, including your office. So I'll think of you as I'm writing the office chapter.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's like I've been trying to do so much better in trying to get clear of all the paperwork and the boxes of things that, and it's paper. And a lot of it's paper. I've got to get through some more paper. Anyways, people, I am going to be going to Kelly Edwards' website, which is
kellyedwardsinc.com.
Okay, to get more ideas. And if I'm going to sit there, because if you watched the other video with Kelly and saw the thing about the Hot Wheels wall tracks, you may see me take a version of that and put that in my office just because it's different.
I love
so
it.
It would be interesting to watch and play with.
Thank you, Stevie, for having me.
So, people, we'd like to thank Kelly Edwards for her time today. She's amazing. So go visit her website. Go follow her. And are you on? And you've been on a lot of TV shows. Are you? You've got a YouTube channel too?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but you can Google my name. It's all on there.
Okay.
You'll find me. I get around.
You do. People, you can find all kinds of tips and tricks from Kelly on her website. Google her, and you'll find all the rest of them that are from HGTV and all the other places that she's worked, because she's amazing. Kelly, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And people, this is Stevie for the LA Story saying see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining Stevie Wilson on LA Story. Feel free to check out other podcasts and videos. Bookmark it now. www.la-story.com.